so each of us
Fair.
4 messages?
Fair.
Is this me?
Yeah, it's not me.
Core
I gave
message.
it to Seth.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Ooh, does Alyssa want that after you're done? Could you ask?
No.
Dude, did I not did I get my coffee yet or no?
I don't
There's
know.
no coffee in there.
Dude, what's
I
your
haven't gotten
core
coffee
message?
since it's
Dude,
been
what
made.
is your
Have
core
I been
message?
sitting here the whole time?
I think so.
I haven't gotten back up. Holy shit, that's
My
a new one.
core message is being yourself and taking care of yourself mentally and physically
Hell yeah.
in a healthy way.
Valuing who you are.
Yeah. Like, not sacrificing that for just anybody.
Yeah, for other people's comfortability or whatever.
I have a
Yeah.
question. I think about this from time to time because I feel like it's an interesting dynamic for a man. Because in the aspect of growing a family, how do you differentiate, like, focusing on yourself because you're the provider, like the saying of, like, if you're dead, you can't provide.
Right.
Then how do you, but similar to, like, what I was fucking talking to you about for my fights, I couldn't even come up with why I fight for me.
Oh.
Like, I had to think about it. But when I was asked about why I fight,
Mm-hmm.
I instantly thought of Alyssa. I think I told all you guys that, actually.
So it's like a very giving thing in your mind.
Yeah, so, like, how do you differentiate, like, is it more important to, do you think it'd be more fruitful in life to, not fruitful, but would,
If we're talking about when it comes to parenting and balancing, like, your, like, taking care of yourself compared to, like, providing, I think that, go ahead.
I'm thinking in general of, like, happiness. Like, at
Like,
the end of your life,
how to
like,
be
would you be
happy.
happier if you focused on your own self
Probably not.
mentally, or would you be more happier if you just focused on making others happy?
I think
Which
it's,
seems like an obvious answer, but, like,
I think it's both.
I think it's somewhere really in the middle.
Like, genuinely, I think it's the balance of both. Because if you have kids and you don't, like, connect with them at all, you're being selfish. And it's like, well, they're not going to learn anything from you. But also, if you're just giving them everything, what they do learn from you is, like, that being, like, yourself is not important. It's about what you're giving to others. And then it's like, if you can be giving and create boundaries, it's going to show them that it's okay to give, but you don't have to give every drop in your cup.
Do you think everyone's meant to be a father?
No.
hey, babe.
Why do you?
She says no, but it means
No,
yes.
I don't think everyone is meant to be a father.
That's a tricky question.
My dad wasn't.
I feel like every person has a, it's depending on how they were raised and all this, like, there's a lot of factors that go into, like, who you become as a man and as a, not even as a man, but as a person, even for women. There's just a lot of different factors of where you're from and just so many different factors of, but I think inherently, like, that's the only reason we're put on Earth is to just repopulate.
Fair.
Like, that's the only, like, meaning. That's the only, like, if you think about it biologically, if there was none of this man-made shit up, if it was square one of what humans really are,
Mm-hmm.
only reason we're on Earth is to fucking make more.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason anything is on Earth, is to just keep going
Fair.
and just live and survive.
That's
So
very scientific.
I feel like everyone is meant to just be to repopulate and take care of their younging because they know how to take, like, every human knows how to take care of things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do they?
Yeah, they do. But depending on how they grow up, like if they grew up and their mom and dad never forced anything on them, and everyone's just a lazy fuck in the family, then that is really gonna and then you don't realize this until you're 25 because that's just life. You just don't take care of things.
Right.
And you're 25. It's gonna be hard to switch back to the other way, I would think.
Are you saying, like, it's built in our DNA, just it's not always tapped into?
true, good way to put it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has the capacity to be a father, but I do not think
could try
everybody should be a father.
You could try as hard
Yes.
as you can to teach a rock how to take care of things, and it never will because it does not. It's not in its DNA. It doesn't even have DNA.
Facts. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You could try to teach a cat
Imagine
how to
not
take
having
care
DNA.
of a human family the way humans have to take care of their family. Cat couldn't do it.
No, but I mean, if you give a cats that
cat
aren't even
family.
a part of its family, and you just give them 2 new cats, that shit will take care of it. 'Cause
It,
it's
it,
cats.
it depends on how well it was taken care of.
Facts. Yep. Same thing for every kind of DNA.
And that's where, at least in the moment, right now, in this moment, there are human beings on this planet who should not have kids right now.
Yeah, and they're having them.
Yeah.
They're having 3 or
They're
so.
not even. It's
when
not
they
even
do
about
that-
the kids.
When they do that, are they being themselves?
Some are, and that's exactly the problem. And that's why I feel like it's good that like you're waiting to have kids, like you guys, and I'm waiting to have kids, is because I need to figure out me first. I would like
Right.
to, if it happens, which is why I tell Alyssa, like, it just depends on where I'm at in my life to when I want a kid, because I know that I'm going to give up everything about me. Like, if I'm not in the UFC and I'm not making any moves, like if I had a kid fucking 2 years ago, I would not be as into fighting as I am. I'd probably always be like a hometown fighter.
Becoming a father is like becoming a fighter.
Yeah,
There's almost like
it's a grind.
there's a strategy to it. There's a
Mm.
commitment to it. There is a long-term. There's even more commitment. You could quit being a fighter, but you can't really quit being a father.
You're not in it for the money.
True.
Yeah,
in it
you're
for
not
the
going to make
glory,
anything
for the
off it. It's
feelings.
purely selfless.
I was telling the guy I like the fireplace one. And it was like, that was one of the cute.
The fireplace.
That's what we talking about.
The fireplace one was really
So if you become a father, it should be because what you want to do with your life at that point. It's not to fight. It's not to whatever. It's you're taking on being a father, and you should want to be a father. And if you're going to be annoyed by your kid, you're not going to respond to them in the right way. If you're not really taking it serious that everything they know how to do right, they really only know that because they were helped. And if they're doing something wrong, it's because they never got the help they needed. And so if you're annoyed by them, your response isn't going to be to help them. But if you're understanding and empathetic and are willing to genuinely take on the role of a father, which is to help and guide, to lead.
You want to hear something crazy? My baby brother Carter, and he's not even a baby. He is just the baby of the family.
Right.
He's like fucking, I don't know, I can't remember. In elementary school somewhere, 5th grade maybe. But he'll like for example, he asked me for help getting ice cream out of the thing. And I'm like, did you try it yourself?
Yeah, did you at least try first?
Right, like, and it's because people just do it for him when he asks.
Dude, and that can make you feel incapable. And now his natural response is to just ask for help,
Right.
because he doesn't know how to do it himself.
And I'm sure that he has been talked down to for doing it a specific way,
Mhm.
or
It's easier to just have somebody else do it than to be criticized so much about how you're doing it.
right.
Bro, my grandma, the first time I ever didn't ask her to make me ice cream and I did it myself, I came in and she was like, I remember this shit. It is because how she reacted. It's like ingrained in my memory. And she was like, is that a bowl of ice cream? And she was like, and I was like, yeah. And I thought she was about to yell at me for eating ice cream, like at the time of the day it was. And she was like, she never does that. And she's like, oh my God. And she got up. She was like, Keaton made his own bowl of ice cream? I got to put this on the calendar.
Oh
And like
my
wrote it on the
God.
calendar and everything. And I was just like, whatever, bro.
That's
but like,
wild.
I don't remember asking her
Who
after
did
that.
that?
My grandma Brenda.
Oh my
One who
God.
offers you a crown or whatever.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, so I mean, going back to being yourself, especially things like becoming a father or becoming a fighter or becoming a musician or whatever. It's like that's being yourself. You shouldn't do it because someone else wants you to. You should do it because that's what you want to do. That's being yourself. That's important. You're valuing yourself in the sense of what you are capable of, and you're choosing to do something you are capable of that fits who you are.
Are we still doing our core messages? Or
Yep.
is that your core message?
That's his.
Oh.
Oh my God, dude.
No, I'm on track.
I'm bringing that to a
I
conclusion.
didn't realize that that's where that whole conversation sprung from.
That was my commentary on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I would say my core message is. Oh, I just had it.
I think that question's phenomenal.
What?
Yeah.
I want to make it known. I am fully accepting of being told shut the fuck up when I'm getting off track like that, right?
Dude, honestly,
When are we off
it
track?
usually adds.
I think
Okay, that's good.
It doesn't
then.
take a lot.
there's a
That's
way
good.
to do it without saying shut the fuck up, like I just did.
Seth is like, I'm ahead of you, bro.
Just take the mic from him.
There's a strategy to it, and it works. Anyway, my core message. It's working right now.
There's a lot of love right here.
Do what you love.
Mhm. I respect that.
It's just far enough away from be yourself to work. It's far enough.
I think they like hold hands,
Mm-hmm. Do what you love.
because I think if you're not doing what you love, how could you be yourself?
Yeah, if you don't love it,
You're
maybe
sacrificing
you should
something.
stop. Do something else because you might love that other thing.
Yeah.
Dude, can I say mine in that context, or do you have more?
No, you go right ahead.
Do what you love, for sure. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Because it can come off tyrannical, but I don't mean it to. It's like, you are incredibly capable.
Mm.
Pursue that if you want to, and if you love that. But just remember, almost anyone is far more capable than they think they are. And I mean that in an inspiring way, not in a slave camp way.
Do you have any examples of that?
Slave camps or
Examples of
I mean,
Germany?
Time, people in my basement.
well,
I had to make money, so I could kidnap a few kids.
dude, I'm not commenting on that. I didn't.
You should. Do you
I
agree?
totally agree with David.
Yeah.
You
People
agree
are more
with me?
capable.
Owning slaves? Is that what you're saying?
how much more capable? Just out of curiosity.
I know the specific line that you see it as is more than they think they are.
Fair enough.
So whatever they, however capable,
People.
everyone,
Almost entirely humanity.
Okay.
that there is some level of capability that they think they have, and David is saying no matter where they think that line is, it's the truth is that it's further. That you are more capable even than you think you are, no matter what. I don't know if it's that far, but I definitely think people are more capable than they are right now. They're capable of becoming more capable than they are right now at whatever it is they're trying to do.
And I understand the importance of someone choosing that rather than it being forced upon them. I don't want you to get better because you're locked in your room all day being told to read endlessly. I want you to do it because that's really what you're interested in doing. You want to prove to yourself that you can do more, if that's what you want to do.
And that's why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's you just following that mentality that the best case scenario is where you do what you're trying to do to the fullest.
Because there's something in me that loves it. There's something in me that's excited about that. And I think if you're excited and you love it and it's not hurting anybody other than maybe yourself at times, it's fine.
I think it's good.
Yes. I think it depends on what it is, because obviously, you can kill yourself. For
right.
sure.
Don't kill yourself.
I think when it comes to if it's writing and if it's making
I want you to be alive.
informational videos and if it's you're enjoying yourself, you're doing something that's fulfilling you, you're doing what you love, then putting your all into it. How's that? I mean, if that's really what you want to do.
Have you ever heard of the longest boxing match of
that
all
was the
time?
second time that song was.
Did you ever see
utilized
this,
in pod.
Skaten? The longest boxing match of all time. I don't know if it's fake. I can't tell if it's fake.
So with boxing, it'd be interesting because boxing has always been like a sport, and there's always been like rounds and time limits to my knowledge.
Well, there was one, at least on Facebook, but it could totally be fake.
Were they wearing like shoes
I
and
think so.
boxing gloves?
I think so, yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
ring?
Yeah. And it was like over 100 rounds.
Do you know who was boxing?
I
Was
bet
it like
if you looked it up, it would pop up, but it was on fucking Facebook, bro.
Was
so
it, like,
could've been
recent?
fake. Yeah, it's been popping up recently for
Facebook's
me.
interesting with AI.
Yeah,
and
it
shit,
could be
bro. I hate
fake.
that
It
shit.
could totally be fake.
Well, I was also gonna say it could be just like another like YouTube thing where
Fair.
it's like they're
But-
like, oh, let's just have a boxing round that goes until somebody knocks out. Like,
Dude, that's the thing. They weren't even knocked out, neither of them. Well, unless one of them was standing up from after what happened. But, bro, they were covered in... Because it was a black and white photo, so all you could see was the light and the dark, and they just had dark, ingrained... what the hell's the word? Bruises all over their bodies, both of them.
Mm.
They just had, like, cuts and scabs. So it's like... Those guys were really ambitious.
Yeah.
That is ambition, for sure. I'm not going to take away from that at all.
I will say, when you're like,
But that is scary as well.
when you're fighting someone, it gets to a point where like you really could go like forever.
You could both die from exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's like the risk you're taking.
Yeah, dude, I remember I literally thought I had a concussion, and I was like fucked up because I was so tired after my debut in MMA. I was like laying on the ground. Like there's a picture of me laying on the ground with an ice fucking pack on my chest. And like my feet are propped up, and Alyssa's like laying next to me and shit. And like, bro, I was like, it was weird because sometimes there's like, do you ever have feelings of like, oh, I shouldn't be here?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have that feeling of like, maybe I shouldn't be here. Like you go into your parents' room when they're not home.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was
It's
thinking
like-
of a different feeling.
It's and then there's another feeling too where like you're out in public and you're like with someone maybe you're sketched out about but you're friends with them, and then you go to
Yeah.
another person's house and you're like, I feel like I just want to go home.
I've found myself in those
Like,
situations.
I can compare it to that, but it's like, dude, maybe this is my time.
Mm.
And I was like laying there and I was like super lightheaded, bro. Like I like everything was like you know the filter of like the whiteness,
Mhm.
like the brightness turn up to where it's like white. That's how it was. And like my whole like everyone that was there walked in at like simultaneously, like flooded in and like crowded around me. So it wasn't even just my coaches and shit. And I was just like laying there, like no one was kind of saying anything, and I was just like, bro, it was weird.
Very
Like I like
uncomfortable?
low key accepted death, bro. I haven't even thought about that. Like I've been like,
How long ago was that?
March,
Oh, my birthday.
bro. What day was it? Could have been the 4th, honestly.
That'd be
I don't
crazy.
fucking know. I don't fucking know. Was your birthday on a Saturday last year?
Probably not. My
Okay.
birthday's never on a cool day.
That's tough. Not
Probably
even
not.
once.
It hits every day eventually.
Yeah, true. But I think
but
I
never the
haven't-
cool ones.
I haven't had like a Saturday in like 5 years. I feel
But that's my core message. Find something that you're literally willing to fucking die for. Find something that makes you. Find something that makes you live like you're literally gonna fucking die the next day. Or what's the saying? Find something that you're
willing to live and die for.
gonna live like it's your last day on. Find something that makes you live like that. It's where like I am content with going out following this. Even if you're just fucking even if you just have a heart attack, make sure that you are trying to fulfill what would make you feel fulfilled.
Yeah, at least you don't die being like, man, I really wish I would have done that.
Yeah, think about what that is and then do the opposite.